Balls.
Hello, it is time to start the show. And I'm going to get started right after this.
Good, everybody. Tonight, we're starting off with a segment called Spongy Talk Your Shit. Tear it up, buddy.
Well, I just want to start off by saying, as always, that the Niners suck. They lost the Chiefs and we beat the Chiefs. We actually blew the Chiefs out. We beat them by a whopping 18 points.
Should have been more.
Should have been, but we kind of, gave up at the end. We
Garbage
put our
time.
backups in. But I will say, there is someone in the NFL currently that has a three-peat. A player, not the Chiefs. Taylor Swift, you can go cry yourself to sleep.
What is it, though? Is it a long snapper?
No, it's a backup offensive tackle.
Oh, wow.
Who was drafted by the Chiefs. He won the last 2 Super Bowls, and he came and signed to the Eagles as a backup tackle.
That's a great story.
And he won. He's won every year. He's won every year he's been in the NFL.
He better pick a new team next year, though.
But like I said, Taylor Swift, you can go cry yourself to sleep. Swifties, you can go cry yourself to sleep. Chiefs fans, go cry yourself to sleep. Because you're not having a parade on Friday. We are.
Nice.
And to all the other fan bases who were salty, I was just in a stream with a Cowboys fan, a Giants fan, and a Cardinals fan, and all 3 of them were salty. So, you know what? Because they know their team suck. And my team is going to be a dynasty for the next couple of years. And I'll say it. I mean, we have the defense to do it. I mean, defense wins championships.
Did you lose you think you just lost your offensive coordinator, didn't you?
Yeah, but we were expecting that, like I said.
Well, expecting it or not, he's gone.
Yeah. I was hoping that maybe he would think about running it back. But,
It's not important.
I mean...
Honestly, if I win a Super Bowl, obviously I'm not a coach. I'm not in this world. But if I'm a coach and, we win the Super Bowl, I'm like, yo, we're taking the year off. Let's make this team even better. And then the year after that, let's beat some ass again. But, it doesn't work like that.
Exactly. But, and he hasn't been successful in many places. He's made the playoffs, but he hasn't made it past the second round of the playoffs. But, Nick Sirianni already has his option of who he wants, of course. And let me give you a little insight. Let's see if I can find this. Wait, Eagles, Chiefs. Oh, but let me look this guy up real quick, Kevin Petula. I'll see if I can find it on my liked tweets here.
Is this right, Spongy, that I saw a picture of Taylor Swift? She's from Pennsylvania, pretends to be from Tennessee, and she used to be a Philly fan. I have her with Philly gear.
Yeah, but that was before she got like Travis Kelce.
Yeah. Well, she wanted people to think she was country, so so she pretends to be from Tennessee, but she's just from Philadelphia.
Oh, who cares?
Yeah, that's a little image they gotta create.
Who cares? Has she made a song about, the Chiefs getting their ass kicked yet? Some sort of breakup song or like, something like that, some sad.
I don't think I've heard anything, but you know what I will say? Billie Eilish just came out with a song that, in my opinion, is better than anything Taylor Swift has ever done, and it sounds just like her, so it's funny.
I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, buddy.
No, I'm not a Billie Eilish fan either, to be honest with you, but I like Engelbert Humperdinck is one of my favorites.
I mean,
okay, I do want to ask
gives
real
a
quick.
shit? Wow.
I do want to ask real quick. Do you think that possibly Deebo Samuel could get traded to a team like the Eagles? I personally don't want him.
I think Steelers is probably better. Or
I think the problem is I think he wants to be an Eagle.
New England, probably a better idea.
It'd be a better idea, but I think he just wants, like, it's coming to the towards the end of his career, especially injury wise. He's starting.
Yeah, well, he played almost every game last year, which he never did.
Wow,
that's
a damn
while
shocker.
everyone's talking shit about Deebo, just remember he played the whole season when we needed him to play the whole season.
Did he?
Yeah, he played 15 games.
There were 17 games, Kenny.
Yeah, I understand, but how many games did Trent Williams miss?
He missed from week 10 on.
How many games did CMC miss?
Most of them.
How many games did Brandon Ayuk miss? So my point is that we needed him to be there, and he was there. And while he missed some passes, he still played the whole season and did what he could. And when you look at DK Metcalf stats, for example, they're not that far off from. There were not many great wide receivers last year. That's for damn sure. Well, but to David's defense, and what the facts are, is that we've signed almost everyone else. We can't sign Deebo too. They just signed Brandon Ayuk. They just signed Jawan Jennings. They just signed Kittle. You know what I mean? So like somebody's got to go, and so it's likely that it's going to be Deebo.
Oh, I gotta change browsers.
You gotta change your.
No, I'm just I'm actually looking at the NFL draft stuff. So let's talk about this.
Hey, real quick, can we just say up to
Bebop?
The chat?
We got Bebop. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the chat.
Ravens are better for Devo. All right, I got you, Damian Lee. What's good?
Not only Deebo, but Greenlaw or Hufanga could wind up there.
We got Carcast. What is he saying? Saquon came out and said to stop the Taylor Swift booing, and she had made the game bigger than it already was. Oh, who cares?
Yeah, I tune out for the Taylor stuff, but that picture of her Philly gear was funny.
John Jay, what's cracking? He'll be in a little bit.
John Jay.
Daniel Barry. People should check his stuff out.
Burry.
He does a lot of good shorts. And Levi's coming, but his Streamlabs ain't on yet. Oh.
Levi's making a crown and cola.
Yeah, he's busy.
All right. Okay.
So excuse me. Also, Mr. SpongeBob's Super Bowl pants. Guess what? I was all over the Eagles all year, and you know that.
Yeah. See, the defense. I mean, it's shown how defense wins freaking championships, and I don't care that Saquon didn't show up in the big game because he showed up in every other game this year, and the team gave him a break.
That's probably what the defense was counting on, you giving him the ball 30 times, and you spun it around. It was great.
I want to get y'all's opinion on this, okay? There was and I know it's around this time of year, the draft time. Okay, a 2020 NFL redraft. This is what this person had. So of course the Bengals still going with Joe Burrow at number 1.
Burr.
And they have the Commanders going with Jalen Hurts, which the original pick was Chase Young. And they have the Lions going with Justin Jefferson. Of course, the original pick was Jeff Okuda. They have Justin Herbert going to the Giants at 4. Original pick, Andrew Thomas. They have Tua sticking with the Dolphins at 5. Jordan Love going 6th to the Chargers. Tristan Wirfs going 8th. Going 7th to the Panthers. CeeDee Lamb going to the Cardinals. Jonathan Taylor going to the Jaguars. And Zach Bond going to the Browns.
Word is bone. So where's he going to go? There's a lot of good free agents out there. I need a home.
Yeah, and a lot of them being Eagles
So
players.
Tristan Wirfs is a free agent?
No.
No, we were talking about like 20. What are 2020? What year were you talking about?
2020 redraft.
2020, yeah.
Oh.
Redraft.
You see, so this guy, there's a lot of talk about this guy right here, that profile up on the screen. And it's kind of like a Javon Kinlaw situation. He's got a knee issue.
Let the Chiefs.
So that's a hard no.
Let the Chiefs have him.
Wait, are we doing a draft tonight? I mean, because I'm down.
Well, I'm gonna mess around just a little bit.
Dude, a mess.
It's like a defensive tackle. I just put defensive line, and of course Abdul Carter right there.
Yeah, if you pull
Mason
down,
Graham he is the number 4th ranked guy. I highly doubt he'll make it down to us.
Unlikely, but Pierce will. We can get Pierce.
That's an edge. That's an edge. I want an inside guy like this here Walter Nolan dude.
I don't know about him, but hey,
maybe even Kenneth Grant. Kenneth Grant. We could trade back and get another pick.
Mike Green is the guy that Levi showed us him trucking some like 3rd string O lineman, right? If you watch the rest of that drill, he doesn't get past anybody else.
Make a trade. Now I've already done this and actually traded for Myles Garrett, and I'm just, after thinking about it,
I thought Debo was like $1 million and 1.7 million this year, base salary.
Jason Hurley said, "Oh my goodness! I read it earlier. This is the cap guru. This is the cap guru.
Yeah,
he said that when it comes down to it, if we get rid of Debo after June 1st, the cap implications really aren't bad. But if we get rid of them before, they are. But it's like, I've heard 31.55 dead cap hit, and that's not what he's saying. I actually trust him over all the other information.
I heard if we trade him before the 1st, it's 50 million. If we trade him after the 1st, it's more like 6 or 7 million, something like that.
Oh, okay. So,
but here's another thing: it has to get done.
It's me.
By March 22nd, we would owe Debo money on March 22nd. So it has to be done by then. You know, it's going to be done by then, whatever it is.
So right now, I obviously you see I have Debo, checked there.
I don't think you'd go there though. I wouldn't. I'd do picks. I wouldn't do Debo and the 11.
I'm not trading him to the Browns. I'm not trading for Myles Garrett. I'm not.
Okay, I have what I wanted to say earlier, quickly.
Ooh.
So the person that Nick Sirianni wants to hire for OC is the current assistant head coach, pass game coordinator Kevin Patullo, who he's been with for 7 years since his Indy days. But the problem with that is we would have to hire 3 new positions. We would have to hire assistant head coach, pass game coordinator, and new quarterbacks coach. because it is very, very likely that Kellen Moore will take Doug Nussmeier with him, who is the dad of LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier.
Oh, cool. Hey, do you know? Are we still talking about the Eagles? Because I thought that time had passed.
Yeah. You know.
Well, real quick, Matt Stafford rumors he's going to New York Giants, and actually, I believe his brother is on staff there, so that's probably going to happen. Tommy, I think that's what David's doing. Tommy wanted the link.
I was just telling him to.
I am Sibby, a great one. That we're both smarter than you.
Oh crap! Tommy's not on Twitter. My bad, Tommy. My bad. I forget that you're not in the group anymore. My bad.
And we're both.
I got
him right here though.
Are you here to talk about Trey Lance being one of the best quarterbacks ever?
Yes, he is.
Bam.
That's what it is.
All right, I just sent it to you on IG there, Tommy.
Will Trey Lance be a starter this year?
Do you have a show tomorrow?
What do you mean? A show tomorrow? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Regular old show.
So, Tommy, you got to tell these guys in the private chat. You guys keep an eye on the private chat. I can't see it. So, here we are. We got Debo for a 3rd-round pick to the Steelers.
No
and
fight.
It's right on borderline. It's right on borderline. You see that, right?
Yeah.
So
50,
offer trade.
I think-
Trade. Hold my beer.
I think you should do it.
They accepted it.
For pick 19?
That was barely there.
Wait, hold on. That was for the 1st-round pick of the Steelers?
Third round pick, which
Okay.
I don't think we would actually get in real life.
I don't
think we'd
either,
be
but
getting
for
a
the
4th.
Steelers, it may work for the Steelers, though. Could work for the Steelers.
It probably would work for the Steelers. Okay, I got to bring up my.
I don't think it's Sibia. I think it's Sibilla, by the way.
There's Levi. Oh, crap. Hold on. I got to change what I'm doing here. There's Levi. There's Levi. And we got Tommy. Okay, back to my draft board.
Hiding his
What
camera.
up, Tommy?
Hey, Tommy.
Tommy.
So we're gonna start the draft. This is just a 49ers thing. I'm gonna do this real quick, like.
Can y'all hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Dude, these guys took Armand Mimbo. Oh, like, holy
Hell yeah.
moly!
The great lineman.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Look at this. Look at this. Will Campbell's chilling.
Ooh.
Yeah, he is.
He's chilling.
Sorry, I'm stuffing my face with Taco Bell.
Dude, I think that Tyler
Should I
Warren.
trade back?
Tyler
Should I
Warren-
trade
Okay,
back
so
for
you're saying-
Nolan?
So you're saying in 10 minutes you'll be away from your screen for a bit because you'll be on the toilet.
I think that Tyler Warren might end up going to the Broncos. That would be insane.
Now
I
look.
don't know what to order.
At this point in time, I honestly feel like the 49ers would trade back to get like Nolan or Grant. One of these guys. Let me show you.
I know the Walter
Nolan
Nolan.
Grant, one of these two interior defensive linemen. Maybe they
Where's-
would trade back to get the Stewart, or
We need
maybe even Mike Green, right?
no on the Mike Green, but I will.
Are they still in the
Honestly,
first
I
round
feel
here?
like the 49ers would trade back here, but I'm
I-
going to do the right thing and
Yeah,
take
I was
our.
gonna say, there's no way you
Levi-
pass on Will Campbell there. There's no way.
I'd be absolutely nuts too, wouldn't I?
Yeah, he's the best
Hey,
tackle.
David.
I mean, like
Hey,
looking at the
David,
big board, he is by far the last of what you would almost consider top 10 tier talent, in my opinion.
Hey
on that
David,
board.
can you check where the Eagles picked today? I just want you to double check
Ooh,
that.
it better have it updated.
I would like John Jay's opinion on the division that Ole Miss plays in before I make that
Oh.
choice.
Oh, round
On
one.
both
I got
plays,
Cole
Nah,
on
Bring
round
it
one.
down.
that I'm telling you, that entire you're gonna see probably 4 to 5 Ole Miss defensive linemen drafted in this draft. They
If Jalen Hurts is MVP in the Super Bowl, I ain't happy.
Levi, you know who I'm starting to gain more interest in for that wide receiver, like 3, 4, 5 position?
who's that?
Oh, no way.
Who?
Trey Harris from Ole Miss.
Okay.
There it is. I got you picking at 32, buddy. And Walter Nolan fell to the Chiefs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh,
Good
Oh,
job.
David, I have gone back to the damn parts store so many times. So I opened everything up. I finally got my brake lines off. I got new ones on. Like had to heat it up. Like it was a crazy mess.
Eagle.
I get it all set up. They didn't give me bracket clips for my
That would never happen.
calipers. So I had to go back, get bracket clips. I get home. I'm like, all right, let me get these calipers attached. I realize now also one of the other hardware kits, I'm missing a bleeder screw now. Like, so I gotta go back a third time to go get parts.
Well, who'd the Eagles get? I'm not paying attention.
They got a punter.
Oh god.
Now the Eagles, they got Ty Williams in the first round.
Oh brother.
Ty
I
Williams.
saw the Ravens took
In
the offensive
second
lineman
round,
that I
they
took in
got
the third
Jahaid
round.
Campbell. They took Jahaid Campbell. Jihad.
Jihad, yeah.
Jihad.
Jihad
Whoa,
Campbell.
Kenny.
You gotta
Kenny,
love
can
this,
we
though.
say that live on you?
We'll find out when the helicopters make.
A tackle I took in your last mock draft on one of these websites in the third round, the Ravens took with their first round pick in this mock draft.
There you go. That's
Ravens had some free agents, in the whole line to this offseason.
Look, you see that this is how valuable edges. Everyone takes edges. But the Eagles proved that interior defensive line matters in the Super Bowl there.
If we want another jog Yun, we can
I've
wait.
said it for years. Pass rush wins championships. I watched Mahomes run for his life. I watched Brady run for his life.
Now, if you think about it, so we still have Malik Collins coming back. He's decent. He's pretty good pass rusher.
Malik.
And we have Evan Anderson still. We have Kalia Davis is kind of mid. And then beyond that, I don't think there's anyone under contract.
Beyond the beyond.
So it'd be like, we still have Javon Hargrave, but I don't think he's going to be with us post June 1st. So here we are. We're taking Deion Walker, another big fella. This guy is a mammoth, though. He is 6'6", 345 pounds of man.
Wow.
So between him and Evan Walker, we got like two unmovable objects there in the middle.
I'm telling you, that kid right there, Darius Alexander from Toledo, he has a chance to be a star in this league.
Superstar.
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Yes. Levi.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
Offensive tackle, defensive tackle. Edge ain't,
Yes, sir, I hear you.
edge ain't a thing for him, Matt.
The Mike Green
Honestly,
video that you showed us, Levi, the Mike Green video you showed us,
Yeah.
the rest of that drill, he doesn't get past anybody. And the guy he trucked was like a third string O-line.
That's why there's a lot of people
The
that are high on him, and
Rams?
then some people say he should be third round.
Also, his division, the Sun Belt division, I looked at it. I don't know, man. Is that a good division to come? I mean,
No, it's definitely not.
So
His
they
17
and
sacks aren't.
and they had Detroit take him with their first pick. That's pretty weird.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where he goes. He's
And doesn't he also have like a felony charge on him or some shit right now?
and that's what a lot of people are taking off his draft boards just for that.
You gone.
Mhm.
4'3", His wingspan ain't that good.
Have y'all
His
seen all
arms
the
are
clips
kinda-
of Travis Kelce quitting in the Super Bowl?
Blocking's not good.
There are so many clips of him absolutely like just not running routes, not blocking. Like he either played the worst game of his entire career in that Super Bowl, or he was already thinking about retirement. Like
6'2", 245. That's a middle linebacker, ain't it?
Levi, I thought you and I talked about that, about how he wanted to retire and just hang out with his girlfriend. Or was that, it could have been someone else. I thought it was
and
us.
yeah, that's a good linebacker, size 245.
I'm just, there's that safety that I liked that I should have probably took.
Malaki?
Dude, he's fast.
I again, a guy I've drafted in almost every single one of our mock
This guy.
drafts.
This guy 4'3", he's fast too.
He doesn't even wear shoes. He's
That
fast.
kid from
And he can
Alabama.
tackle. Look, 93% on tackling. He can tackle.
Yeah, those numbers are nice.
He's already better than most of our safeties, other than Mustafa.
Milroy's one of my guys in this draft.
Is anybody backstage? You guys paying attention?
I'm sorry, more.
No, I don't think so.
Nope. No one's backstage. I'm just checking. All right.
There
Can
go.
you hear me okay?
That's what John James.
I can hear you. We can hear you. Special teams.
Wow.
Should we take the kicker? I got jokes. No one thought they were funny,
How
though.
dare
Better
you?
take a punter.
I didn't hear you. I have a giant pot of chili just calling me.
You better not put black beans in that shit.
A giant.
I put whatever
Hold on.
goddamn beans I
Hold
want
on.
in it.
Did you cook the giant pot of chili, Kenny?
Hell yeah, from scratch, baby. But no,
Like-
it's not chili. It's Caribbean. It's like a Caribbean stew with ground beef, green peppers, onions, garlic, potatoes,
Caribbean?
tomato sauce,
Why
pimento
didn't I pick
olive.
Jake Majors? That don't matter.
Pretty damn good, yeah. It's Spanish chili. It doesn't blow your butthole out, though.
Mm.
I'm just eating nacho fries.
Ah, well, then it's
You would
not
love
very
some-
good.
On those fries.
Super processed, probably full of cancer.
If you do it right,
Edge, wow, dude, look. Edges are going fast
we can get a lot of top
in this
100
draft.
players.
In this mock draft, edges are going fast.
Everyone watched what Josh Sweat just did to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, do we want a farmer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Josh,
Florida State. Florida State.
We have. Don't we already have? Oh, we have one Florida State player, not two. We have a Wake Forest player and a Florida.
4.85.
Oh, wait,
He's surprisingly fast for a big fella.
Bethune is also Florida State.
Run defense 63. Yeesh.
no.
You go to Florida State, you got to run fast forward. It's kind of like the Penn State thing. They're all about speed.
You shouldn't see any red on any Florida
They're
State.
not good at stopping the run there.
70.
Wow. Look at
Where's the guy that's thicker than a Snicker? There's got to be a thicker than a Snicker guy up in here.
There's a few
Nope.
of them in.
I already got a guy.
Is that the
Don't get me
new?
wrong.
Is that the new Mike McGlinchey?
Who? Will Campbell?
Riley Mills, the next Mike McGlinchey.
No, that he's a defensive lineman.
Oh, he's a defensive lineman. Good, lucky for him.
Is he
We
going to
would've
stand
never-
there and act like
never
he's
picked
chasing
him.
a mosquito? Maybe.
We never would have picked him if he was an offensive line.
Ooh, tackling 56, but his run defense and pass rush are pretty good.
That tackling is ugly though.
That tackling is ugly.
But that's something you can
Big
learn.
old smile.
He's getting the bag.
Jeez.
Bag for a 19-year-old or a 21-year-old or whatever. 20-year-old.
I'm just like, he's small. Then
Easily
again, there was a guy that played for the Rams back in the day. He was small, but he still get it done.
I mean, you should have enough money to survive. You should take your signing bonus and invest it immediately.
Yeah, what's QBs? Who we got here?
In
Nope.
Bitcoin?
No, in real real
Bitcoin.
stock market. The legal stock market.
The guy the Russian guy that made Bitcoins going.
So why
back
do
to
you
Russia.
like this guy so much?
Hey, payout time, Eric Wallace.
So
Yeah,
he likes
that's
him
right.
because in college football 25,
Seattle
his
and the Rams.
spin move, aka the B button, was so fucking broke at one point that he was unstoppable, and they literally had to nerf the shit out of his spin move to make it fair.
Well, both these guys are I mean, their numbers, a rushing average 7.3. I'm just comparing. They're both from Ohio State, right? 5.3. But who's this guy?
I was actually showing Sponge the other day that last year's number 1 overall running back going in from high school to college actually came out of the high school right up the road from me 10 minutes.
That's some serious
Ooh.
mileage, though. 1,500
Wow.
yards.
Was that pass blocking? That was horrible.
Speaking of Florida, I'm about to have some honey. I'm gonna have one of my honey bells tonight.
Pass blocking 44. Yeah, that's horrible.
We need guys that can pass block if they're going to be,
Go get you a Scatavo,
All
bro.
right, is this guy going to volunteer?
If he's not gone by the time the 43rd pick rolls around, and we're not going to
Is
43rd.
this guy going to volunteer, though?
I still
Levi, you like
go-
you like
No,
honey
not a
bells?
joke.
Like the movie?
No, the fruit, the oranges.
Oh, think, but what's kind of funny is all the citrus trees here in Florida are dying.
Ravens have a lot.
They came out pretty good this year.
We're
There's
taking the linebacker.
a disease basically that we haven't been able to fix. The Florida
Wow.
Association actually closed down. It's only a matter of time before all the citrus trees die if we can't figure something out. It's
Oh man.
Don't nobody want to hear that, Levi.
sorry. Rough Florida facts.
End of the world. The end of the world is coming, folks.
They have like no seeds in them.
I mean, they literally made a movie about that, and nobody gave a fuck because they didn't believe it. And then
Yeah, it's called citrus greening disease. It's a bacterial disease, deadly. And of course, citrus trees take years to develop before they start producing. So it's killing them before they start producing, in a sense. It started back in 2005, and we haven't been able to find anything that fucking works on it.
we'll only be able to be eating algae soon and nothing else.
I did have a tangerine tree that cross-pollinated with a plum tree.
Whoa.
So the plums are like the
Scatterbo.
best plums I've
Pass
ever had in my
blocking.
life.
That's actually sounds
Pass
really
blocking.
cool, Tommy.
It was crazy.
Dude, look at the pass blocking. Like, are you nuts?
I'm actually trying to get
Like,
farm. That's why I tried to tell you. I told you go get you a Scatabo, bro. I told you.
Man, he's in the second round.
Yeah,
Do you
it'll
think he's
scatter
available
your
in the
whoa.
second, or-
What's up with no numbers? Was he injured?
Do you think he's available in the second, or that's too rich for Scatabo?
I feel like a team's gonna take a shot at him.
Yo, he'll be gone by number 45, 50. He should be gone.
He's definitely gone
You
by
think?
third round, but I could see a team taking a late second on him. Basically, an early third, in a sense.
How many running backs did we go through last year?
5?
5. Is that right? Oh yeah. Wait.
4? Dang, another speedy guy. I'm taking him. Oh, I got
One of
the Miami Dolphins down
That's
there?
nice.
Who did you take, David?
Someone's whiskey.
I took a
Someone's
speedy
mixing
running
eggs right
back.
now.
You know, I was
Dylan
gonna say eggs,
Sampson.
Okay.
Someone's beating. Quit beating off your eggs.
Stop beating on those little ones.
Yo, I'm lucky to have eggs.
Again,
Right.
I'm actually like exploring grants for farms and stuff because there's never been a better time to start selling eggs.
Yeah, just don't make bird flu worse because that's what people are doing.
Oh, I know. We talked about that actually a good bit. Stop beating your meat. Oh, sorry.
Hmm.
Who that gonna beat those eggs?
Who's still here? Nobody. I know we got Jackson Slater. Looks like a serial killer. He's perfect.
Great white. He looks like the Great White Hope.
Tommy Gunn?
91 pass blocking, 77 run blocking.
Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring.
I wish I remembered Pooney's numbers, what they projected him to do. I did draft him.
Dude,
And
your
we
Mooney's
got-
numbers were fucking
go-
great, bro.
Go to the homepage, go to 2024, and it'll tell you everything about Pooney.
Yeah.
It's there for like 5 years.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to do that.
I just did this because I looked at the last 3 drafts and the top 50 picks, and they were like all spot on.
This one's not good.
I kind of like the shorter. Ooh, 5'11". Brock Purdy's gonna be able to see over him. I'm making jokes that I'm kind of stabbing at Kenny actually.
Okay, there it is. I know Sponge was asking me about a guy that I found something on.
I'm gonna take the serial killer. There we go.
Okay.
I mean, you also have to take Rob Mafia or Olive Garden II.
Olive Garden the second, huh?
Yeah, he's out there.
So I found a stat line. So that JJ Pegus, whatever his name is from Ole Miss, he's one of those guys.
Yeah.
187 run defense snaps. His average depth of tackle was 0.1 yards on 16 tackles, which is actually a pretty good number in the run to stop department. And the highest run stop tackle count is 39. So being about halfway up the tackles and getting to them before they even get a fucking yard. High number. By the way, Sponge, the person I was talking about, he's a little too light to be a D lineman. His name is Bernard Gooden, University of South Florida. Average depth of tackle. What is it? I'm trying to get that number again. I had to reload. Negative 0.1 yards, if I remember correctly. Yeah, on 12 tackles, 11 assists. So he's a little light.
Sucks.
John Jay, I think everybody's rooting for the Eagles. It's like 2017.
Bro, I was so fucking happy. I was like giggling like a little girl watching the Chiefs just get beat up. Like
Dominated.
They deserved it. That was a team that should have never been there. It should have been the Bills. Even as a Ravens fan, I can admit that it should have been the Bills. And the Chiefs, when finally they couldn't get the calls, and even they still got some bad calls in their favor, the Eagles beat them.
Yeah.
And we saw Kelsey try to do his normal stuff, try to pick fights, charge players, get in people's faces and shoving, and I can't stand him.
What's with that guy? That's why Fred Warner says he's the biggest trash talker he's ever played against.
That boy,
right. Well, in the Ravens game last year, he swung at one of our players, like legitimately swung after a little pushing. The ref missed it. Our guy retaliated. Which at that point, the ref saw it, split them up, threw the flag, and of course, our guy just pushed Kelsey, didn't swing back at him. We got a flag, and then Kelsey was just sitting there laughing his ass off, like the camera right. And I was like, that is the most entitled rich boy attitude. Ha ha ha! I'm gonna get a win.
Hey, take it
easy. Me nuts. Like I said last year, I was like, break his leg. I was so upset.
Remember how we saw the clips of him and Trevius Ward like holding? He's like holding. Remember in that second Super Bowl?
When David gets done with this draft, I'm gonna show y'all some clips of him in the Super Bowl. He gave up. He gave up on the fucking Chiefs. I'd be fucking furious if I was a Chiefs fan or Andy Reid. Like, I'm telling you, it's like high school stuff. Like, don't stop moving. He literally stops moving, puts his hands down, like almost on his hips, and just stands there and watches a play. Like,
so I got 3 offensive linemen. Only got 1 defensive lineman so far.
Why is Bashara so freaking? He's so in love with freaking Calvin Banks Jr. Dude, he's not into that dude at all. He could be a guard, but he got his ass whooped in the playoffs. So I don't know. That's a hard pass for me. If he falls, I'm not drafting him.
Farva?
That's a leader.
That UTSA kid, the Korey and Clark's, got some interesting numbers. I'm starting to slowly build my draft specials, but I gotta wait to see what all the fucking NFL people settle on, because if they put him as a second round, I gotta take him off my draft special. Like, not him, but other players.
Now, Steve-O leans towards free food. That was 7 minutes ago. Payo time.
Is that a joke about
What's cracking, Zach? Let's see, he's in there. Heard you guys call him out. Eric Wallace, what's going on? Steve-O lost my Eagles bets, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
Great one, 765. Kenny looks like Saiba.
He means
Simba.
I'm gonna go.
No, not Simba. What's her name? Sybilla.
What's her name?
Sybylla. Oh, his name. Dude, you know that you freaking that weird ass idiot messaged my then fiance and said that I was racist or some shit because I said French potatoes, and I wasn't even talking to her, and she's like, "You're racist against me." I'm like, "You're not even French, you fucking idiot."
Are you talking about Sybil?
God, what a psycho! Yeah,
I think she's from Spain, and I think her name is supposed to be like Sevilla, like Seville, Spain.
I don't even know what she is, but she's majorly mentally ill. And she's like, "I'm a model." I'm like, "You're a model?"
Yeah, funny. I thought
if you're a model, then I'm fucking shit. I'm Patrick Mahomes then.
Wow, that's embarrassing. I'm sorry you lost.
Who's that guy? Why does he look like he's about to? Never mind.
Cibula.
This guy,
Jamar-
man, all these guys, they look like that. Whoa.
Hey, look who's here! It's your family member,
Who's
our
here?
favorite Commanders fan, BC. Go Commanders, BC!
Don Jay, you know I'm a Tampa Bay Bucks fan. Come on.
Brent Culp? Brent's in the building?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
BC, the place to
There
be.
he is.
Not yet.
He's here.
Is he like here? Like, hold on.
Here.
He's in the chat.
Oh. Bam. There's Bryant. There's Bryant.
Commanders
Team
Nation,
Labs.
comrades, let's
FBA
go.
10,000 points.
Hey, great one. That's Steve-O. That's another burner.
Now, Steve-O, bro, that's something. A burger is not meant to be made out of vegetables. I mean, I don't. That's just my opinion.
Well,
That's
I've had,
my opinion.
you know what? I've had a Impossible Burger. It tastes like a potato, honestly.
Gross.
It's okay. It's not bad.
Whoa. What are we
Yeah, me
talking
too,
about
BC.
here?
The Impossible Burger? Or no?
No, he's saying, what if it's a vegan wedding? Does that change? What are we talking about?
He's talking about what if it was day 2 of the draft, would you go to the wedding or watch the draft? I'm like, I don't think I'm really not that invested in the draft. You can fucking they're gonna tell you who you drafted on Instagram and shit.
You really think I'm as good looking as Cibula? Thanks.
332. So all these guys we can get like after the draft.
Thank you, man. Thank you,
Yeah.
man.
Me too. I want them to be the Redskins so that I can hear Valix call them the Deadskins again.
Skins. Just skins.
Ooh.
Well, he called them the Deadskins. I'm like, I can't believe you call them that.
Look at that beautiful
Fucking
head.
Valix,
Legitimate
dude.
receiving threat. Blocking needs work. I'm taking another tight end.
How many
You
you
never have enough of them.
Scatapoo.
Dude, I'm not taking
Chef Tommy
Scatabo.
Cutlets, Huxley.
Tommy Cutlets.
That's my name, Chef Tommy Cutlets. What a dumbass.
What's up with the place kickers?
They're jerk.
All these running backs.
Jesus.
Look at all these running backs. Linebacker, punter.
They're
Linebacker, punter. There's a tight end.
Dime a dozen.
Linebacker. I think I took 2 linebackers already. We don't need linebacker. Uh-oh.
What? I don't even know what round we're in right now.
We're in the, let's see. We're in the 7th. I'm going to take this here DJ Campbell kid because he's thick. And
But we
might
have
more
three.
competition
We have
on the line.
3 comp picks in the 7th, right? Or,
I think so. Let's see.
Yeah, we almost had
That's
the
correct.
Mr. Relevant.
Well, we have like I think the 228 is ours. We have 2 comp picks in the 7th. It looks like 2 in the 4th and 1 in the 3rd.
John Jay's backstage.
Where's this guy from? Florida State. Kicker, punter. Got Alabama's punter.
Bammer.
John Jay's here in this
I'm gonna
backstage.
take a kicker. I'm gonna take a kicker, and that's the draft, folks.
A kicker? Oh shit!
So because now, in my opinion, with the first pick, I took Will Campbell, but I think the Niners trade back at this point, and they take an interior defensive lineman. I think
I
they
love
would
the
trade
Will
back at
Campbell
that
trade.
point.
If we got Will Campbell, dude, I'd be doing cartwheels.
Tyler Warren's a no-brainer. I'd be doing cartwheels there too, because having 2 tight ends, that would Shanahan would dig that. Deion Walker,
Nah,
very
man.
big defensive lineman. So,
Yeah,
Maliki Starks, a speedy safety that can tackle. We got a
Cheers.
center, which I don't know if he's even going to
Wait,
play.
what?
He'd have to beat
How'd
out
you get
Brendo, which
Malachi?
I'm drinking.
How'd you get
PPA.
that's
Malachi
gonna be hard.
Starks? How'd you get Malachi Starks? He would. I think he's going to be a first rounder. Damn.
Sipping on the scissor.
I know, right? But we got a linebacker. We actually got 2 linebackers. I took another one
Cool.
at some point. I think I got 2. No, I only took 1.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Demetrius Knight, yeah, I only took 1. I took 3 offensive linemen though. Just you got to have 4. You got to have competition going on there.
You'll find
probably
one in
part of
free
the reason.
agency.
Well,
It's
since
just
we
a
have
lot
some,
how much free agency is going to change all these drafts. By the way, David, I have the first clip up of Kelsey quitting on
All
his
right,
team.
so John Jay's backstage and Levi's
Okay.
sharing screen. John Jay, who left us?
What up, John Jay?
Spongy, where'd you? It's that Eagles Wi-Fi.
Ooh, let
Although
this
it was kicking on Sunday.
Spongy got
So-
scared because he knew I was going to bring up some facts about how Hurts should not be the MVP. Come on, dude.
Sorry,
Without that
I
defense,
had some
So-
personal stuff to deal with, but I made it.
John Jay, how's your house? Is it unflooded yet?
I'm actually had to move back in with my folks for a
Holy
bit,
shit.
oh, man.
so that's why I was taking some stuff over there.
Prayers,
The good thing
prayers.
about it is that it's kind of weird. They live sort of nearby me, so it's a long story.
Yeah.
Why did you move back? Just
At
because?
least it was easy.
Nothing
So
wrong with that.
basically, that tornado that hit in December really messed up my house so badly, and we didn't know how much water damage. And
Jesus.
It was so bad that eventually the ceiling started just to fall down, and
Yep.
so-
Which we talked about how what they did was not enough to like prevent or like deal with
Anyway,
that water damage, man.
it's
That's
weird,
fucking-
like a tornado in the Bay Area. Who would have thought?
That's ridiculous.
That should happen, John Jay.
It's
or Bryant, my bad.
Cats and
It should happen.
dogs sleeping together.
So
And
this
Hurts
is
the best RB. He ain't lying.
Brian, that's for sure.
so this is actually the first one of many plays. You'll see right here. So Kelsey's lined up in line right here. He's going to have a little curl route. Mahomes is, of course, going to get pressured pretty quickly and roll out. But again, just watch Kelsey, man. This is third quarter. Here he is right here.
Just kind of standing there.
Still sitting there.
Just kinda
Still sitting
standing
there.
there.
Threw his hands up. Still sitting there.
Like,
You got to
still
remember,
sitting
something, bro.
you
Still
got to
Say
remember,
something.
he got a script.
Didn't
in the
even
beginning of the
block.
game.
Didn't
He
even
just
block
wasn't-
anyone. Let him hit his QB.
I'm about to say, how many seconds was that? Like, hold up. Like from snap.
27.
So we're at 2 seconds. He gives that little pushes him inside to the tackle. We're at 3 seconds on release. 4,
And he's done. Right there, done.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 seconds before Mahomes passes him, and he didn't move like once. That's
He
giving
didn't
up on
even
your
try
team.
to block his guy.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That is giving up on your fucking team. But hold up, it gets worse.
But wait, there's more.
Hold on, sorry.
It gets worse.
Yeah, dude. There's
Well,
it
well,
wasn't
all
just
right,
one
guys,
clip.
Just so everyone knows, I started the night with Spongy talk your shit. So I let him,
Yeah. Good thing I
got
missed
another
that.
one here.
Yeah, and he did not prepare a speech. He just came here willy-nilly, totally improv it and blew it. That's what I think.
Impromptu speeches.
crap.
What an
Okay.
idiot.
Wrong one. Sorry, John. Jay.
Spongy, I'm
Wrong
sorry,
one.
but you're an idiot.
No worries.
Bungie,
There it
if
is.
something is hard, it's probably worth it.
So they got other clips of this.
Great one. I love that he trolls this guy.
So you're going to see Kelsey, especially in the second half, doing a lot of chip blocking, trying to slow down that pass rush. But this is just, he's going to straight fucking whip on. I think it's Josh Sweat over there on the edge. There he is, lined up, getting ready to come. So very easy. Supposed to chip them, help out your tackle a little bit because, they're getting fucking wrecked. Come on, dude.
Levi, can you chill out on the curses? I got cats here.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Your cats.
Hey, Steve-O,
Are you
He
saying
loves he also loves Rodgers.
I don't want them repeating you, Levi.
So again, the just the bad snap. So look, balls and snap. They're gonna pan over here to Kelsey. Kelsey has not even got out of his
Oh Lord.
Creamy. Creamy, great word.
What's that? Not that his. But so again, everybody's moving.
Wait, what are we
Kelsey
looking
still
here?
hasn't moved here.
Okay. What are we looking at here?
Again, everyone else on the line has started moving. Kelsey has still not moved, and he's just going to nothing.
Dude, what?
No.
Tell him
Whiff.
whiff.
I know
Whiff.
I had a conversation with somebody. He's been
Well,
done.
wait.
Hey, is he,
There's
that looks
more.
like Gumby.
There's more, guys. So he's on a split back block on Sweat. So he's supposed to come across the formation on this zone run and split back on the opposite edge, which is what the guys are
Luckily, that
right
was-
there. So here he comes across the formation. What was that?
He
What?
hit his running back.
Yeah, he hit his own running back, which they're going to show that.
Oh wow.
And then barely. And of course, the play's already dead. There's two Eagles just sitting right there. And I think this is the one we already saw where, yeah, he's just, oh no, this is one is actually, watch this route running. This is horrible route running. So he's going to, again, release, presses his man. But like, again, he's literally just fighting him. There's no cuts. There's no nothing. He's hand fighting and not even really turning around. Like, dude gave up on his team.
Bro.
Yeah, he's an entitled little bitch.
I was
Hey,
talking.
there's stats in this.
Prick.
I was talking to our friend Mr. YTC, and he's like, "No, the entire game because he hates the Eagles."
Nah, he's an Eagles fan.
Mhm.
And he also he wanted to go to Ecuador to give me some bananas. Sorry.
Oh. Ecuador.
Ecuador.
I never knew he was Ecuadorian. I called him Mexican. I'm like, because I didn't know because he was
That's
speaking
so
Spanish. I'm like,
racist, bro.
I actually
My
saw.
bad, dude, I'm
what's so funny
sorry.
is I saw a
You think
video
we're all the
about that.
same, don't you?
It's
Tom?
like anywhere else in the U.S., you better call
Tommy,
them
are you saying
like
we all look alike?
Central and South Americans.
Yeah, John
But if you're in
Jay,
Cali,
oh, geez.
just
bro.
everyone's Mexican. Not
Tommy's
my
a good
video,
dude.
not my word.
I'll defend Tommy. He's a good dude.
Hey man, I work with all Mexican, and my band leader's freaking Colombian. Shit.
He's half Italian and half Ecuadorian.
My Spanish
Nice.
teacher was
Oh wow!
Colombian. He
Yeah,
was
my
like,
band leader's half Colombian, half Italian. His dad's name's
That's-
Fornioni,
That's solid.
but his Italian dad, fucking beat his ass, actually molested him. So
Yeah, so
He
someone
doesn't take
explain to me.
he doesn't take it. He doesn't take his dad's name, so he goes by Franco. That's his mom's last name. So
Hey, can
Ooh,
someone explain to me
Taylor
why you
Swift
don't like
got booed. Now, keep in mind,
you don't
folks, I
like
didn't watch
She
the
did.
game.
She did,
I
and Travis
didn't watch
actually addressed it. He
I
said
love
he felt
politics
very
after this, but somebody else got booed.
Travis
Fun
said
fact,
he
he was
felt
every show
very
3 times.
helpless when Taylor was getting booed because he wants to protect her, but there is nothing he could do in that moment.
Oh,
They showed the Eagles ownership more than Taylor Swift. Facts.
they really didn't show her. They showed her like the beginning, and I don't think they ever really showed her again.
I think they showed her.
Because they
now,
gotta-
I read a story that says they showed her
Shit,
twice.
You know, all I
Twice
know
they-
is I think
they
K-Dot
got
put on a
backlash
pretty
from
good halftime show, and bringing out two of Drake's exes to crip walk on stage. The shots at Sony, like there was so much subtle shit. I saw someone, they explained it best today. It is a great example of Kendrick is an artist, Drake is an entertainer.
I have a question.
way better, dude.
I have a question for Levi. What are the 3 biggest needs the Ravens need to do this offseason?
Got to start with Ronnie Stanley. We technically restructured his deal last year, expediting his free agency. What's so funny is I did the video literally breaking that down, thinking that's what I thought was the best idea and doing it. And then a few days later, the Ravens did exactly that. Got to address that, which of course changes the draft plan entirely. After that, probably Patrick Ricard, and we've got to find an edge rusher, dominant edge rusher.
Cool.
Oh, Miles Garrett's available out here.
I would fucking God, I've always loved Myles Garrett.
I wish he would go there.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. I am
They'll
looking
never-
forward
they're
to not
gonna be
seeing
in
him
the
twice
Super
a
Bowl.
year. But supposedly, he's a smart. He's a good guy. The ownership is talking to him supposedly, and if they might make a big move for a quarterback now to please him in a sense. I don't know if it's going to be free agency or if it's going to be in the draft, but if they don't take a quarterback in free agency and they don't deal with Myles Garrett by that point, you can assume, don't believe any fucking mock draft that says that they're not taking a quarterback at that point.
Cleveland's going to take a dual Carter to replace Myles Garrett. Moving on.
Maybe. It would make a smart move, but
they're not smart, these teams. So
what's a little crazy is
the
actually
Browns are talking about here. They have a history of drafting quarterbacks high, and they just don't work out.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
So I think it was Tommy asked me something earlier about Moneyball, and I thought it was the movie. So the guy that actually is about what Moneyball's about actually came into the NFL, and he worked for the Browns.
Billy Bean.
Not him, but one of the executives. I'd have to go look it up.
Gotcha.
But he was like part of all of that. But anyway, he went to the Browns, and he was the reason that franchise got Baker on the right. He got rid of a lot of bad contracts. He freed up a ton of money. He set up a long-term plan for them.
Good job getting rid of Baker.
He left. But long story short, he's now the president of our football operations. So we're excited to have him.
President of my taint.
Oh boy.
I heard it's sweaty in there. Sweaty office. Long hours.
Funny you bring that up. I was thinking of
weird
developing sort of like a diaper for your sack so that it doesn't sweat. I'm currently in talks with Pampers.
I'm calling it Whitey Tighties. Back at you, though. What are the Niners' 3 biggest needs in the offseason?
Ooh.
Interior defensive line, interior offensive line. Pretty much all I got for you. I mean, linebackers. Now, there was this guy talking about, there's a guy that's a free agent from the Jets, and Robert Saleh was just with the Jets.
Yeah.
So there are talks about him. Greenlaw. A lot of folks are kind of on the fence because of his Achilles injury, but when he came back for that one half, was that not enough to prove that he's still the dog he is?
Yeah.
You've got to re-sign him to a contract, right? Or is he?
Well, that's the thing is it's the off season. Who knows what's going to happen? It's all speculation and predictions until something happens, right?
Yeah.
So,
which we finally now know Aaron Rodgers is going to be a free agent, which we talked about a lot. Could really change the whole landscape of how everything goes.
Yeah.
And that's who probably the Cleveland Browns will get because he's washed and that they like washed quarterbacks.
There's also Kirk Cousins.
And they'll be like, it's a 1-year deal. We need 1 year.
There's also
Deshaun to get back. Oh, poor Myles Garrett. I actually feel
Deshaun Watson. That was the worst trade and contract, buddy.
Horrible.
When it comes to NFL history, is that not the worst trade and contract?
Trade and contract, it's gotta be
guaranteed. We'll throw everything at you, buddy. Oh wow.
DJ Jones, 30 years old.
So shocked and also so excited when that.
Yeah, dude, we need to get him back, dude. He wants to come back.
DJ Jones got $10 million this year, I think, or is due $10 million, something like that.
Damn.
I saw he's actually a cut candidate. I think.
A cut candidate?
Mm-hmm.
He's either free agent or cut candidate.
I think he's free agent.
He can't.
I could be wrong.
I think you're right, Tommy. He's like.
I could be wrong. I don't know anything about donkey sports.
You're right.
Now that's the thing is.
Go ahead. What?
CB1. Are you talking about Diamador Lenore, or is there like?
Oh yeah, Ward's not going to come back.
There's no way Shavarius Ward comes back. Yeah. We have Renardo Green.
Yes.
And then that's the rest of them. We have Darrell Luter, which He's got a bad habit of getting pushed back into the ball during punt returns.
Yep.
I like
Luter needs time, probably.
And then that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much it when it comes down to it. I
Yep.
think those
DJ
are
Jones,
our
by
only
the way,
three
is, free
QBs or corners that we have under contract.
Yep.
So
I know.
There's going to be some interesting ones.
DJ Reed.
I agree that Ward, should leave. It makes a lot of sense, especially what happened. Losing a child, that's not something that I could ever comprehend. And Lenore, year after year, has got better and better and better, and he's established to be the cornerback number one. And that Renardo Green kid, rookie, first year, showed a lot of flashes, and hopefully he can continue to improve. So hopefully that Lenore and Green are the long-term guys for us down the road.
I think there's going to be some really interesting free agent corners. Like I'm looking at all the current ones, not just including cut candidates. And I know Kenny just mentioned DJ Reed from the Jets. The top three corners
A lot of Niners on there.
Are all 29 years old. Carlton Davis, Travarius Ward, DJ Reed, 1, 2, 3, all 29 years old. You got Byron Murphy from the Vikings, 27 years old. Jeff Okuda from the Texans. Didn't play any snaps, though. But
now, when it comes to DJ Reed, was he playing outside or nickel, or did he do both?
It wouldn't matter.
I'm not sure on that, actually. I don't have that up.
I mean,
also,
we have
Russell
Yamador
Douglas
Lenore
from the
and
Bills.
Levi. I'm sure you've seen it.
Mhm.
Like last year, he kind of made a transition from outside to nickel, but then when they would bring the third cornerback in, he would switch from the outside to the nickel.
If I
we'd bring in an outside guy, pump him inside.
If I remember correctly, last year Lenore had a stretch at one point, like over 278 pass attempts without a touchdown or something. He was locked down for y'all last year,
And that's why they extended him. That's why he got that contract extension.
and Renardo is going to continue to grow for sure. Just got to bring in someone. Could be.
I think he stopped growing already. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, man. I mean,
we're talking about skill wise, Kenny.
I'm still hoping to grow a little.
That's what the blue pill's for, Kenny.
Damn.
Now fast acting. Himandhers.com.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, here and there. Paulson Adebo actually got injured this year. He's going to be a free agent. Cameron Sutton from the Steelers.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys talk about, the 49er news over the weekend already?
Probably not. Bring it up. Like what? The Gus Bradley edition?
No, the Debo thing. Did you guys already discuss that?
Debo requested.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at everyone else who's been signed, and if they got to let somebody go, it just all signs point to Debo.
Yeah, we've been talking about trading Debo since last offseason, man. Like Thanos says, it's not win. It's I am a.
I know.
What does he say? I am a.
I'm not going to talk about it until it becomes more serious when there's teams actually calling the 49ers now.
Fighting over him.
Right now, I just think if that's what's going on, we'll see where it goes down the road this offseason.
It can make sense for a few teams. So there are some.
I was just about to ask, which teams do you think? I as much as the Steelers make sense, I think they're out just like how Ayuk didn't really want to go because the quarterback situation.
But May is awesome.
So
I mean,
basically, this is how I see it.
Steelers. I was talking about the Pats. I'm sorry.
This is how I see it. If we trade them right now, the two things that make sense is he can reunite with D'Amico because they know and they do run a similar offense. What we do, or he could go to McDaniels. Again, if that's if you're trying just to guess,
I like the Texans one, John Jay,
I
because
was about to say,
Dell is going to be
makes
hurt
so much
until like
sense.
halfway to the next
And
season.
Jesus
Stephon Diggs is a
Christ.
free agent, technically, like, so they have a big hole to fill there. Tebow can come in as the new number one.
Again.
Is Slowick still there?
Tebow.
More and more information.
No, they fired him.
Slow.
Actually,
Yeah,
remember?
Slowick's gone.
Yeah, more and more information will come out. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, the Commanders would be probably another high target.
So I was joking around with my friend Mr. White TC. He does not like the teams in his division, and I said with new ownership, new GM, new everything, the Commanders or whatever they're going to be called down the road
The command.
are going to start to compete because and I don't want to say this because I know a lot of people don't like Dan Snyder, but Dan Snyder was so mad that he saw the Commanders make the playoffs, and
I don't even know what that is.
if he's saying this, then he was the reason why he did not want this team to succeed. Now, that's just my speculation and what I think.
Salamander.
So
He was
they
a
have
horrible
profit
owner.
sharing in the NFL. So why did
Salamander's crazy
he
Jews.
And he hid revenue from the NFL because he was spiteful. And Amazon came in there and did what Amazon does: cut cost and efficiency.
What's up, Jude?
This is a football channel, right, Corey?
Now, did Amazon set up a delivery center like, and I mean like a hub, right, just kind of on the side of the stadium? I'm just saying.
Jaden Daniels is out there sending those balls like Amazon's Prime sending packages on Black
Hot
Friday.
take. My hot take of the night. I always do this on many. So my hot take of the night. With the NFL and Amazon, I would not be surprised if stadiums start having like tiny Amazon stores.
Yeah,
That's my hot take.
plenty of room.
I've told y'all about the patent that Amazon has, right? They filed this shit years ago, the flying warehouses.
CEO entrepreneur. Born in 1964, Jeffrey Bezos.
I hear that shit on YouTube. I don't know what that means.
By the way.
Hey, does anyone here know what Blue Sky is? Blue Sky is a new app
No, I don't. I'm too
Take
old.
over.
I'm the grandpa, Kenny.
trying to take over Twitter, but you know what happened? Trump and Elon made some rule, and now NFL teams are not allowed to be on Blue Sky, and you can't even like cheer your fans on
Listen.
or whatever. It's like the craziest shit.
Kenny, I'm the grandpa. I don't know this stuff.
It's like the weirdest time ever.
Kenny,
Yeah.
Kenny, how do you know about this new app, Mr.
Yeah,
MySpace?
Blue Sky is already out. It's been out. Yeah, Blue Sky has been
For
out.
a
It's
person
trying
who doesn't
to
have
take-
social media.
It's
how do you
trying to
know
take
about
over
this?
X because it's the guy who invented X. Elon Musk just bought that shit and ran it into the ground.
Anyway. So many social medias. One
No,
day there'll be like a million social-
I'm just asking the guy whose MySpace page was his last social media how he knows about
It was
That's
the
all.
most beautiful page you could ever
If I
imagine.
can't code my own shit, I don't want to do it.
Right, MySpace was MySpace, and I could write whatever code I wanted in there. And I
It
can't-
was pretty cool, actually. Like
And everyone had
coding to like,
Tom or Tim, whatever his name was, as your friend.
Oh, Tom.
Tom's still my friend, bro.
Yeah, Tom is my number one friend. My only.
Always been number one on my top 8 and in my heart.
Pink Floyd songs from Bebop.
My two best friends are Tom from MySpace and Jesus.
I
Bro,
haven't heard-
Kenny, why am I not on your top friend list anymore, bro? Like,
You fam, you not bae, you fam.
I have never been more offended. I'm taking you off my top 8, and you should check out my new profile song.
Really, you would do that?
It's the newest Green Day.
Who knows Pink Floyd songs? Anybody?
Hell yeah, I know like every Pink Floyd song.
Pink Floyd.
Everyone should.
Pink Floyd was huge when I was growing up, buddy.
What's your favorite album, Kenny?
What's my what?
Favorite album? No, Pink Floyd.
100% easily, no doubt about it, metal.
Oh wow, metal. I like metal.
I like
love
my
metal.
coffee.
Okay,
like my
Metal's like
milk.
okay.
one long
So
song.
to,
It's
to
just one
answer
long
this
song.
question, how old is Saquon Barkley?
I have metal on CD somewhere.
27, 28.
He's pretty young.
Is he 28, 29? I thought
I
he was
don't
that
know.
range.
Let's see.
He might be like around McCaffrey's age.
Philadelphia Eagles, Saquon Barkley. He is 28 years old.
Oh, I was lucky. I took a wild guess.
Signed through the next 2 seasons for less than $10 million a year.
Crazy.
So pretty much he's going to be 30, which we know running backs mostly fall off, although Derrick Henry kind of,
I think he's got some extra years in the tank.
I don't think you can
Quinn
call
on the
in our
Giants.
running scheme.
I know, like, too bad Spongy's not here because that Eagles offensive line will allow Barkley to be successful. I'm not saying he's going to have what he did this year, but that offensive line will open up holes for him. And yeah,
Did they release the mountain cover yet?
I'm excited to see what they do in this offseason. I'm looking at their cap, their free
it
agents.
ought to get interesting. I mean, you are paying, like, I think Jalen Hurts' contract's like what, 40 something million a season. So it's not.
Well, actually, no. 2025 is only a 21 million hit.
Yeah.
Honestly, until like his final year, which goes void, he's never over 50 million. They negotiated one hell of a deal when they signed him.
I told Spongy this last year that his contract, we can make fun of Kyler Murray, but the Eagles really put a lot of incentives on that contract. And so in the span of his contract, he's only receiving $50 million plus any incentives. So he's never going to receive $50 million per year.
And like the thing is, they added, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years of void contracts on it, totaling a lot. Like he said, a lot of the incentives, like $97 million in other options. Which I'm going to guess is one of those deals where if he's on the roster after a certain point, he gets all that money. But that means they could take that $97 million if anything happened and split it over 7 years.
Yep.
So they've got like so much. It's a wild contract. Like I'm looking at it now.
I know, like, I can say this, even though I don't like the Eagles, that GM they have is very smart.
Yes. Again, the Eagles and the Ravens have a very friendly. There was a lot of Ravens that went to go work for the Eagles at one point.
Yep.
Yeah, even I'm envious of what the Eagles have done in the draft, in their free agency, their contracts, like. And what's crazy is, so Josh Sweat technically he's going to be a void year this year, but they could still reach an extension with him. And if they do, they drop his cap hit is going to go from like 16 million to like probably 5. And they're instantly going to like open up like $10+ million, which is enough to sign almost any free agent you want. Looking at their free agents, they've got like one guy, maybe 2. Mm-hmm. Brandon Graham's going to retire. Mekhi Becton, they'd love to bring him back. They might be able to, but Milton Williams and Josh Sweat, that's like 3 guys they're looking at to retain it. They've got 18 million this year without making any moves. I'm jealous.
The Eagles,
I feel like they have less holes than us.
Eagles and Detroit are only going to be better.
You're not wrong, because they're going to just sit there and BPA and just take players left and right because they need nothing technically.
It's going to be insane. Wait, hey, we haven't needed people either, and we blew our draft. So
honestly, I agree with Kenny. I think the Lions are going to be good for a while, but will they win a Super Bowl? I don't think so. I think that's going to be a team that's just going to be very successful. And for fans in Detroit, having long-term success, is something that they should be proud of, because they're one of those. And I don't like saying this because I sound like some of YTC's friends, poverty, because they're a poverty franchise.
It's going to be a hard division for the next 5 years.
They're just poor.
I don't know what's happening in Minnesota, but we'll see. They drafted a quarterback.
I like JJ. Don't get me wrong, JJ.
You got to start.
You work on, but
yeah, bro, put McCarthy in there. You drafted him. Play the guy.
Well, he tore his Achilles like preseason or something like that.
I don't know. That was so weird. And then Sam Darnold has a good year, which is, again, I've said this. A lot of people don't like it, but I'm going to say it anyway. You don't need to have the flashy quarterback. You need to have a good core around your quarterback. What happened? We saw the Eagles win a Super Bowl. He had a good offensive line, a lot of weapons, a good running back. The defense was number 1.
They played a really good ball control offense. Like a lot of people talked about it, that they switched from, and we saw Jalen threw a bad interception trying to go to that big explosive style. And y'all used to run the same thing. Just do not get negative plays on first down is how you start. And as long as you gain 2 to 3 yards on first and second down, a 3rd and 4, I can QB option. I can run it. I can pass it. I can take a deep. I can stretch the defense.
You could
every
also
way I
go.
want.
And you can also go on 4th when it's 4th and 1.
Exactly. And exactly, because you can treat with that run, you again only need 3 yards to get you in a 4th and 1.
And then Levi, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are the Ravens fan, but has Lamar ever had a wide receiver?
Not like a
Give him his flowers.
Boo!
true number 1 guy. No.
Boo that man.
Like, I love saying
He said, "Boo that man."
it is so hard in my opinion, for sub 6 foot receivers to truly be number 1s. I'll give it, like, guys like Antonio Brown prove me wrong. Like, that dude could fucking route anybody up in the NFL before the CTE kicked in.
It could be Zay Flowers if they actually threw the ball.
It could be.
And I know they throw the ball. You don't have to tell me.
Bateman's also really good.
I want to tell you things.
They throw the ball a lot, actually. And
I think this has been his best wide receiver core since he came to the Ravens.
So, yeah. So sometimes everything has to go well for your quarterback. Like, you can have the best quarterback in the NFL, but if you're missing a receiver or an offensive line player or something, the flaws are going to be more, like you'll see the flaws more. And so will always say this no matter what. You can have the best quarterback out there, but they cannot carry a team by themselves.
Nope.
Like, so Ravens replaced 3 offensive linemen last year. We struggled so bad at the beginning of the season. We had to move people around. We finally got it fixed. Technically, if the Ravens do not retain Stanley, they're going to be looking for a left tackle. McCary is heading to free agency, who they eventually started at left guard, he's been our 6th offensive lineman, played every position, but what if somebody pays him? Because a lot of former Ravens offensive linemen have gotten paid pretty well in free agency. Then we'd be looking for basically the entire left side of the offensive line, which could really derail us to start at the beginning of the year next year. And we saw it really hurt Lamar at the beginning of this year. You got to have everybody.
So, Levi, you need a safety?
Kind of, yes. Adarius Washington, who they moved to the back of the... And Adarius is just like Geno, been on and off our roster for fucking years, constant injuries. Not an elite level player, but he plays hard. He always runs to the ball, and he makes sure not to get beat deep. He is a restricted free agent. So, I predict the Ravens will give him a right of first refusal tender, seeing that he was an undrafted guy, meaning that I'm guessing like $3 million cap hit, but someone could pay him more money. And I love him just like Geno, but he's not that guy in my opinion. But maybe I'm wrong. Say what?
Geno Smith?
I've seen a lot of talk Justin Fields might sign with the Ravens. Spend a year behind Lamar, basically.
And with all due respect, he will be the number 1 running back.
We're gonna bring out that joke or the Heisman package again.
It's an inside joke between me and some other people. Oh, yeah. Apparently, a delusional Bears fan says that he's the best Bears quarterback in history.
Justin Fields?
The real problem for the Ravens is this. Henry came out on passing downs, and it really hurt us. And I don't know why. And then, of course, we struggled to run inside with him. A lot of his runs had to be to the outside so he could gain speed and momentum. And I truly hope that changes a little this offseason, that I hope and expect to see a headline at some point that Derrick Henry is putting a lot of work into his pass catching skills out of the backfield this offseason like never before, because that's how we really open up the Ravens offense, is Derrick Henry catching more swing passes while gaining momentum and very cleanly at the proper depth and things like that, because with the pistol, depth is a little different than under center and shotgun but what do I know?
Slappers and big heads, Levi.
Talk about Greenlaw gone.
I feel like y'all will reach a deal with him.
Barrows says he's gone.
Yeah, somebody said he's gone.
I don't believe
Barrows, Matt Barrows.
No, he's not going nowhere because he got hurt. We all know what happened in the Super Bowl.
Well, we'll just have to see free agency.
As like the outside perspective, as like if I was the GM of the Ravens, I could not see any GM in the league giving a player coming off that level of injury without a full year behind him on tape any more than what the Niners are going to offer.
Yeah,
he leaves the Niners.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and do $7 million.
I know.
I got a heartbeat.
I got a feeling that he might.
They might do a 1 year deal. Actually.
I know. Yeah, I agree. I think he'll do like a 1 year deal with a lot of
incentives. Yeah,
a lot of money, so he can prove that he's still really good. And then hopefully before the end of the year, if he still plays well before the season ends, then the Niners can give him an extension like they did with Diamador Lenore. Because again, if I'm a GM from another team, wasn't this guy who got her in the Super Bowl and then didn't even play, and he came in like in one half and then they didn't see him again?
Exactly. There's not enough to really put that level of investment. The only team, actually, let me give you one dark horse that might do it.
The Raiders.
The fucking Patriots. They have so much. I predict that the Patriots are going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars from 2 years ago when they had like the same money the Patriots did, like $100+ million in cap space. And that's when they were giving like contracts to Christian Kirk from Arizona and resetting the wide receiver market.
I agree.
Which screwed their team. Screwed them.
I know, like the Patriots have a lot of money. They'll probably be a spender. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, they got to convince people to come there.
Drake May, I'm not like, I wasn't really sold at him, but he was very young. Like I think he was like the youngest quarterback coming out of the draft. There's some potential out there, so we'll see how that goes out. But again, it's a
crazy juice.
He does have some arm talent. Like I didn't really study the first round quarterbacks that much. I knew Jaden was the dude, but May some of his throws over the middle at UNC, like. Dude had a laser dart, but I have this thing against UNC quarterbacks, and he's not good enough, in my opinion, to break it like CJ Stroud broke Ohio State's.
Yep. I don't like this quarterback class because I know a lot of people
terrible.
Like once Shador and Cam Ward are off the board.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know too much about Jackson Dart.
Third round.
I've heard a lot of people who are in the South who know me via YTC. They say Jalen Milroe is overrated. They say Quinton Ewers is overrated. So
I'm telling you, just based off, because again, I started doing my numbers. I haven't watched any film, and especially with quarterbacks, I gotta watch how their throwing motion is, how the ball comes out of their hand, the spiral. Like, is it a catchable ball? Do they put air under their deep balls, or are they putting them on a line? Like a lot of different things. But the guy I'm keeping an eye on is oh my god, was it from Nebraska? I already forgot his name. No, it's not Nebraska. I'm lying. Syracuse, I think. I'm gonna pull it up now.
I'm very intrigued. I know he's not a first round. He's probably like a day 3. Is this Dylan Gabriel?
Oh yeah, from Oregon.
He's very intrigued from like the reason why. Well, number one, I saw a lot of his games because like locally, because regionally, and so they showed a lot of Oregon games. The guy can play football. But I've seen a lot of great quarterbacks in college who are so good that they don't transition. But one of the things that makes me very positive on him, just like last year, I was very sold on the Tennessee quarterback. He's with the Patriots now.
Joe Milton.
Milton something. There you go.
Yep, Joe Milton.
Joe Milton.
The third, technically.
Yeah, he is my Joe Milton of this year. I'm not saying he's going to be like someone, but he could be a good career journeyman who can bounce around teams. When starters get hurt, he can command an offense. And so that's what I look at these quarterbacks, like these Joe Miltons and Dylan Gabriel.
There's going to be three guys in that tier 2. Gabriel is one of those guys. Kyle McCord's from Syracuse, who I'm talking about. And then the other guy that's got some intriguing stuff, I think, is Curtis Rourke from Indiana. But I agree with you on that Gabriel thing. He's flashed across some of my stuff. And the story with Kyle McCord, though, from Syracuse is he was at Ohio State. He put up great numbers at Ohio State. He probably would have been the starter this year over Will Howard, but I think he took more NIL money or something like that. The kid's got talent. Might have some decision-making issues, but he threw for 4,700 yards this year at Syracuse.
To record there?
Yeah, probably. But also put up 34 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. So a little high on the interceptions, but Shedeur threw 37 and 10 himself. So right on par with the supposed first-round pick. But there's stuff that like caught my eye about him, though.
I know. I saw that game, Colorado versus BYU. BYU this year, oh my gosh, they were in the top 15 first time for many years. BYU is going to be dangerous in the Big 12, but that's a different conversation. Shedeur looked bad, and that's the reason why a lot of players do not play bowl games no more, because you kind of lower your – and so a lot of people are going to judge that one game, that bowl game. And so we'll see what happens, but he's still a quarterback that is going to be going in the top 10.
I have a weird feeling this draft class might be one of those ones where the tier 2 guys, like we talked about, end up being the better quarterbacks out of the class. I do love Cam Ward, though.
Oh yeah, I saw him last year. Man, that guy was a beast. It's just the Pac-12. I don't want to talk about it because
his offensive line kept him clean.
When he was in Washington State, oh my gosh, the composure going against the best defense, playing Washington when they had Penix in that group, the two Oregons, like oh my gosh, the Utahs, like Cam Ward showed that he can go against elite defenses. You know?
Every time I see a clip of him, like you're saying, I love his composure. I love how he talks about competing. Like him and Sanders have been training together, and I can't stand the shit I'm hearing out of Sanders. And everything Cam says checks my fucking box, like exactly what I want to hear. How he puts in the extra practice, how he just thinks ahead a little more, and it seems like he's got a damn good head on his shoulders. If anyone takes Shedeur over Cam, I think they're making a mistake. But
agreed.
Wrong.
No, Tennessee or Cleveland have to take Cam Ward.
But of course, both could sign quarterbacks in free agency, and then which I mean, if you're a GM like the Tennessee Titans or the Cleveland, let's take the Titans out, number 1 overall pick, and
one of them doesn't take a quarterback, Levi, we're gonna get a shittier pick. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, for y'all want a quarterback. Period. You want Jackson Dart going in the top 10. You want Jason Milroe, Will Howard, or anybody.
Which could happen, by the way.
I know, because listen, this was Cam Ward's final game in the Pac-12 before he went to Miami. They played at the time number one Washington, and Cam Ward back and forth. It was a 3-point game, and in the final moments, he threw an interception. They could have won the game. They could have give Washington their first loss, but again, Washington was the better team. No team, Washington that played in the Pac-12 had close games like that. That's how good he was, and that's how you judge quarterbacks. A lot of people get it wrong. Oh, their highlights and their flashes. You go against the top talent, and then he goes to Miami, good school. Boom! Look what he did.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of scouts going back to last year's tape, like you're talking about, John, because one of the things that came across my numbers when I was running numbers the other day, when I'm checking like how quarterbacks do under pressure and how they do under blitz, Cam, of course, had great numbers, but then I looked at the pressure rate, and like other quarterbacks I'm looking at, are getting pressured like 40% of the time, running for their lives. I think Cam's pressure rate was like 28%. Like he was so comfortable back there in Miami.
He's going to be better than some people who are already slated to start in
Yep.
2025.
I know
I agree.
a lot of Pac-12 talent that was still eligible. They left the Pac-12 schools and then they just joined other. And Cam Ward was one of them. And again, I know a lot of people.
Look how Arizona treated Jaden Daniels out in Arizona when he left.
Listen, Arizona. This is hilarious. Arizona was last in the Pac-12. They go to the Big Ten and then they win the Big 12 championship. And again, I know a lot of people don't want to hear this because they love the SEC, they love the Big 12. The Pac-12 was starting to get a renaissance in their final year. Basically, 9 of their 12-member schools were bowl eligible. That's how competitive it was in the Pac-12.
Oh yeah, Arizona produced some damn good players. Jacob Calling,
Great wide receiver coming out this year.
So,
oh yeah, for real.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Arizona, yeah, the Arizona schools, yeah.
Size and speed.
Yeah,
I'm really excited to see where he ends up. Like he could be the Justin Jefferson of this draft, basically.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I think the Jaguars, my friend,
so
to finally give the Prince a real decent wide receiver option.
That'd be Jacksonville type of move. Doesn't matter how great your wide receivers are if your quarterback's on his ass.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They did sign the center from Buffalo, though, Mike Moore. I don't know why that didn't work out.
Yeah, what did happen? Mitch Morse in there. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on in Jacksonville.
Someone pointed this out to me with the running back from Arizona State is a 49ers fan growing up. So, like a lot of people love the 49ers, everyone. And someone said, hey, the Niners should draft him just because he was a 49er fan.
Oh, there's Terradome. What's good, buddy?
Yep.
I gave Terradome a very hard time about.
They're not willing to bring Frank Gore Jr. on.
I hope Terradome knows
so.
I'm messing with him.
I'm not messing with Terradome.
Terradome is from, I think, one of the Carolinas.
Yeah, North Carolina.
Yeah, he's up there in North Carolina.
There you go.
Carolina somewhere.
North Kakalaka.
Yeah, that's why we can't go for Tyler Warren. That's come on.
Homa to back.
That you cannot go tight end in the first round, dude.
Yeah, you can.
Not like
you're the Broncos, and you take Tyler.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, but not.
Oh, the Broncos.
Look at what the
Falcons
did.
Look at Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I mean the Niners can. I mean, look at George Kittle, dude. What is fifth rounder?
Kyle Pitts was a combine star.
I know.
That
Iowa, a lot of people
his value.
who are not big college football fans like I am.
Or as David says, the Underwear Olympics.
Iowa is that
That's
school that they are overshadowed by, of course, Michigan, Ohio State, and Wisconsin. But Iowa is that school that knows how to produce good talent, and they find these big, wherever they find these big giant dudes who can block and catch.
We call them corn-fed good old boys.
Wait, there's another tight end that Jesse and the coach they say he's better than Tyler Warren. He's out.
Tight end class is
but he's going to be gone before then.
Loaded.
Probably.
You think?
Yeah, I think another team will take a tight end, and there's at least one guy better than Warren.
You've got
there's a few guys that will be around.
You've got Arroyo from Miami. You've got, of course, Warren from Penn State. You've got the kid from Bowling Green, Franklin. You got another kid that balled out at the Senior Bowl. All days had tight ends just balling out. This is going to be one of the best tight end classes
in here.
Probably. Just depth-wise.
Yeah, the original tight end university.
So Kenny, I don't know if you saw my comment earlier because I was busy, but apparently someone, a supposed person, is telling me that you've always been a Philadelphia fan.
It's pure lies. I've always been a Tampa Bay fan.
I knew it. The slander. They're trying to get Kenny in trouble.
I'm not even a real Niners fan. I'm a Buccaneers fan, baby.
We still don't actually have the compensatory picks. I think that's going to be right. I was actually used ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT to tell me when all the last time the picks came out. So
I also found out something.
I think the 11th.
I also found out something interesting of our good friend Carcass. Apparently, he's also in the Philadelphia area. I thought he was lying to me, but he's actually
he is. Yeah.
Wow, I learned something new.
But the Ravens are predicted to get what? Like I've seen like some mock drafts. Like I think when we did it the other day, David, I had like 5 6-round picks or something like that.
Yeah, you had 11 picks.
Yeah, that's coming from the comp picks. That's the predicted comp picks. I was wondering about that. I was like, what the hell is going on with?
So, Levi, from a scale of 1 to 10, what is the chances that the Ravens will try to trade for Myles Garrett?
Oh, they'll try. It's always, as Mama told me, it's always worth asking.
Yo, and the Commanders will be there at the table, and so will Detroit, and so will the Bills. The Bills will be there looking for Myles Garrett.
You know what's funny is,
No.
go ahead, David.
Excuse me.
And then all of a sudden, everyone's like, "Oh, we should get him. We should." Okay. It's good for what, 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
He's got 2 really friendly cap deal years on his.
Yeah, but does he have 2 years left in him?
Mm-hmm.
I think he does.
Okay, so look, I've talked about this. Nobody ever listens to me in the chat, obviously, but Myles Garrett, 8 of his 14 sacks were in 3 games against terrible teams, and you can guarantee, if you look into it, which I didn't, half of them.
I love it.
No, I looked into the 8 sacks. Because that's significant to get 3 sacks against one shit team and 3 sacks against another shit team, 2 sacks against another shit team, and that's it. And they were like in 3 games. And then in the other games, there were 6 sacks, okay? You have to figure at least 3 of those came in garbage time. So is that really that scary?
So are you saying he's ass?
I'm saying he's I'm saying if we add him, he won't be Myles Garrett. He'll be Miles Garrett.
Okay, so
Myles Garrett.
So
yeah, you know what? Great.
Hashtag Myles Garrett. Hold on, I'm gonna do it right now. Goddamn it.
Yeah, dude, he's too old.
I'm a hashtag.
I mean, I would get him if maybe a second this year and a second next.
You know what? I
next
don't
year.
want to no word.
Look how pretty it looks. Hashtag Myles Garrett.
But
if
I
you
just
remember,
don't know.
I gave Leonard Floyd the same treatment last year. If you guys remember, I tore his ass up too. It's just what I'm doing. It's just
Man. So I don't want.
So yeah, we just gotta get rid of that. Let's just go younger, man.
I know.
do well.
There's nothing wrong with like developing a great core. Like if a good team knows how to get good young players, develop them.
The Rams.
Find a way to develop them, pay them good money. Like don't try to reset the market and then just build around it. You have success, but when you want to win Super Bowl, sometimes every now and then you have to take a swing and take a risk on a veteran player.
Yeah, choke up on that bat. God damn it.
It's one of those ones. I was trying to find the exact stat, but you never know with the stats. But I can tell you from a Ravens perspective, the reason Myles Garrett probably doesn't have a lot of sacks against some teams is because, in case in point, this year when we played the Browns, everywhere Myles Garrett went, Patrick Ricard followed and double teamed him every fucking time. And if it wasn't him, it was Mark Andrews. He never once saw a single snap in those 2 games where he wasn't double teamed. The poor dude, because he's got no help. Everyone knows, just double team Myles and it's fine. They'll triple team him sometimes.
I think TJ Watt's better than Myles Garrett.
So Terror Dome.
TJ's better.
I don't like TJ Watt.
Terror Dome did ask a legitimate question. Why did he get 9? And that's because he was getting double and triple teamed all year.
But, Malik Collins actually is leading on that 2024 double team rate as well.
Bosa got 3 sacks in 1 game too.
82,
and they were in the last game of the year. Some shit.
82 run defense
worthless
snaps. 44 of them he was double teamed in the run defense. Sadly, this one only talks about run defense, not their pass rush attempts, but that means he and run snaps, they double teamed Malik Collins 53.7% of the time of his run defense snaps. That's fucking rough, man. I don't think anyone.
What's up, David Villa?
Just trying to see if there were any other ones. Like I said, I wish I had a pass rush.
I couldn't find David's comment. Hey, David.
Well, I mean, look. When it comes to Nick Bosa, he also has tackles for loss. He does well in that department every year.
I mean, we're stuck with him now.
If I could be a little critical of Bosa, think sometimes he
Would have sent his ass out of here, NBA.
pushes his depth like a speed move. Essentially, he goes too deep on before he makes his move, and sometimes runs himself out of a play.
Probably Bebop.
I could
It
be
sounds
wrong.
like
Yeah.
I'd go
We'll
to the
see what
Texans or
happens.
something.
It's
That
gonna
was
be
Greenlaw.
it's gonna be a long off season of
It
people.
is.
Well, I'm only speaking about my fan base. Like, oh, look at the speculation. Oh, it's gonna happen. We're gonna trade for this guy.
Could they use Greenlaw in Miami?
Now, a month from today is the start of the new league year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God!
And we're
so
7
fucking
months
So
excited.
on March 11th, that's when all the teams that are over the cap have to make a bunch of moves
And
and get themselves under the cap.
New Orleans,
The fake
Seattle.
cap.
And the Niners have a lot of money for the first time in a while.
We'll blow it.
Now, Kenny, it's not a fake cap. It's just it's only kind of implemented for one day.
It's like a speed limit.
Because it's like at the start of the new league year, you have to be under the cap.
Yeah.
You can break the cap, but then you got to get your butt back under it for that day.
I know.
Does that make sense?
I like to tap the bottle.
There are, I think, eight teams over the cap. Saints, 54 million over the cap. Browns, 30 million over the cap. Bills, 14 million. Seahawks, 13. Dolphins, 11. Falcons, 11. Cowboys, 2. And Texans, like, not even 100,000, so they barely count.
I know. I don't want to ever give credit to Rudy, but one thing that when I was listening to him, the way the Rams structure the cap is that a lot of the money is basically in the bonuses that does not go to the salary cap. So that's how they're able to overpay their players. And the cap, like Rudy says, it's sort of like you can like manipulate it in a way where you can always be under the cap and still have money. So
adding Garrett.
Hey, Terradome, it'd be just our luck to freaking trade for Myles Garrett, and then fucking he has a major injury.
Of course,
like, can you see that happen to us?
Of course,
like, we're fucking cursed, man.
He's 30. Wouldn't you rather have a young stud for 5 years on a cheap contract?
Edges are not easy to develop. It's a
or fine, exactly.
It's like the edge rate is a 50-50 miss and hit. Like,
I know. Hey, Jared Verse, how the fuck did they hit on this motherfucker? I'm so mad.
I know, let's not even talk about it.
Like the #1 overall player.
Yeah, the Rams didn't have to make any fancy trades and give away their first round picks to do what they did. Just fucking do it.
Terradome.
No, actually,
the salary cap is cap.
First round picks for like 3 years.
The salary cap is cap.
They didn't do it last year. They picked two guys that were both up for offensive defensive player of the year. That's how you fucking do it. You bring some old man.
But we can't do that.
A resume.
We decided to get an injury-prone Ken Bust.
We're already
fucking replaces an All-Pro Buckner. Wait, did Buckner even make All-Pro?
Older when Myles Garrett makes us older, and we have
old as shit.
And what, you want to give another first rounder? Because that's what it's going to take. It ain't going to be the 11th pick in Debo. Are you fucking crazy?
Man, if you want a freaking sure thing, you got to trade up and get
first round pick for Myles Garrett for maybe 3 years of
you got to trade up and get Mason Graham. That's going to be a home run. I'm sorry. He's a blue chip.
I'm with Kenny on this. You can't give too much of your future away.
Like,
exactly. So I'm saying, hey Kenny, would you do a first round this year and a second round next year?
No,
or that's too rich.
We need young players that are cheap. That's how NFL it was designed.
The Browns are
you're right. You're right. You're right.
That's why teams are not balanced, because they don't follow these rules. These fucking ridiculous trades.
There's actually a lot of stuff.
Like in my argument, what I would say about that is that you can draft 7. Say you have 7 picks every year.
Houston did it.
The odds of just one player becoming is hard to try, because it's really hard to get 7 players to be really
the Rams good. Just need their credit. They actually have done a great job. Last year they entered their fucking 90-man roster with almost a third of their roster as rookies, a lot of them undrafted guys, and they just turned them into stars. They deserve credit for their coaching They're scouting. It
I'd
is
rather
an
take
anomaly.
draft picks and
hold on,
free agents
hold on,
to put together a team.
So my point here for Miles not getting Myles Garrett isn't necessarily he's old. Isn't that. It's going to take too much. It's look what the Eagles did with an interior pass rush
with draft picks.
Yeah.
And
but
again, the cap is real.
They
The
had
Saints
the
gotta cut a lot of
interior
players.
guys though.
And then you know what we did?
That's what
We
I'm
took-
focused on. Tennessee, like Levi, doesn't Tennessee have a guy that's pretty good that they might be?
I'm sorry.
You want another Hargrave?
On the
Go-
roster,
The Titans?
or
The Titans?
what
I
players?
can't remember his
positions?
name. I can't remember his name though.
Oh, are you talking about the defensive lineman they took that from Texas? Fucking demolished people. Sweat? No, not Sweat.
We're not a player away though, Terradome. A player away. I mean, Myles Garrett.
Defensively, maybe. Actually, your offense is fine. Oh well, you need some offensive line help, but you can't find that in the draft free
Exactly.
agents. Defense,
Guys, how many?
though,
How
But
many
I don't know. We need
linemen
receivers,
to
dude.
Try and bring over here to solve the problem. How
I
many
would say
had to
there's
bring
not a
lineman
lot of.
over here to solve a problem. How does that work out?
The thing is this: you had a lot of. I could understand that the front office might be desperate for this edge rusher because again, we have shown and I talked about this like literally last offseason with y'all that the new trend in the NFL is to have 2 star pass rushers paired together, and because again, this goes back to Tampa winning their Super Bowl, beating the Chiefs. It goes back to the I mean, like,
Well, it also
just
has to
goes-
do with the O line being
but
terrible.
you kind of missed on you. Drake has not been what you wanted him to be. What was he, a 2nd round pick, if I'm not mistaken?
Not yet. He hasn't. Not yet.
Exactly. So not really broken out of the shell. Then you brought in some free agent guys. Well, they didn't really work out either, and of course they weren't the big guys.
Oh, come on.
And then so you could invest. There
God
might
damn
be
it,
there
Carcast.
might be a great draft edge rusher in the 2nd round for you.
What's
But
going on
after
with
the
you with
2nd
Carcast?
round,
Wait,
edge
no,
depth
Simmons.
is
That's
going
not the
to
guy
be
with the
very
ACL, is it?
draft. So
No,
you
that's
either have
sorry,
to
Levi.
get that 2nd round pick
Josh
or
Simmons.
so it's yeah.
Josh
Jeffrey
Simmons,
Simmons is a
Ohio
dog, but
State.
the guy that Carcast, I'm talking about the guy that plays beside him that they took from the University of Texas, 340 plus pounds, fucking balled out at the combine. Like never seen a big man run that fast. I'm trying to remember his name.
I know, like I can understand where Kenny's coming from. You know, like it makes a lot of sense to just develop, but eventually,
Devondre Sweat. Sorry.
Eventually, you know, teams are going to get desperate and they're going to go for these, you know,
That's
aging
just it.
stars.
That's just
And that's just how it is. Because I saw a wonderful YouTube video that, you know, from one of these business news, you know, companies that were saying these owners are like, you know, senior citizens and they are like stockbrokers. They want their stocks to always go up. And
right
so
away.
they
Right away.
buy. The same thing when it comes to sports. It's about, look what the Rams did. Even though like a lot of people make fun of, like I still make fun. They bought. They brought talent just to get that title. And so yes, it's unfair. Like
Then Tampa did it right after
Yeah.
them when it got theirs. They did the same thing. Went over the cap, sacrificed draft
sometimes
picks.
you do need some young guys, but you also need that veteran presence. You need a balance because you can't have a very, very young team because you're always developing and you cannot wait for these players to develop. Sometimes you need that instant success. And so I can understand why people want Garrett on the Niners. I understand that.
We're bringing a guy over here for an exorbitant amount of money to just run towards the quarterback. Okay, and it hasn't worked in the past. Nobody that we brought here did.
But would
anything.
you argue any of those players are even close?
Exactly. Hargrave, Mother Hips. Mother Hips, Hargrave.
Hargrave, you overpaid for.
Hold on, I can give you an argument. Like
That ruined all the fucking depth. That's why
old
the run
school-
defense is putrid.
For the old school 49er fans, if you guys
And I warned you about the free agent
the
acquisition
90s,
this year. We're bad against
the
run.
Cowboys kept beating us in the NFC. Then we brought in a guy called Deion Sanders, and we got that 5th ring. So sometimes you do need to get that.
Yeah, exactly.
But
it's not.
He left.
The current
We don't have
shows
depth. Is the problem?
But it
Oh,
does
it's kinda
put you
like-
in position later. You have that. The Rams are lucky that.
Damn, David Villa.
What happened?
My boy.
What happened?
I hate to say it.
Yeah, it's
But
true.
I'm also with
Niners fans
Kenny.
don't want to admit
Every
it, but
player,
Greenlaw is
right
done
player,
and
right
will
play.
never be the same.
Bosa was defensive player of the year, wasn't he?
Like if they look at you and they're like
And
3
follow
first-round
you.
picks for Garrett and a player, I'd give the middle fingers to Cleveland.
You know
2
what it is?
first-round
It's-
picks, it still might be too expensive.
It's like
for him.
there's no easy fix, and this is how I feel like the Niner fans feel like this is it. Myles Garrett, we win a Super Bowl, and don't fucking think that because that shit is not.
You
gonna
still
happen.
do need to address some
It's
issues,
not
but
gonna happen. Myles Garrett is not enough. It's not gonna happen.
I-
Detroit is gonna be 100 times better than they were, and so are the Eagles. So are the Commanders. There are some good teams out there, and I know we're going all in because the Super Bowl's in Santa Clara. But if you want to do that, go ahead. And then if we're bad for the next 4 or 5 years, remember why? Because we had to go to the Super Bowl the year that we was in Santa Clara. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Fix this damn team.
Also,
the team needs work.
Also,
Needs more than a year of work.
Terradome also brings another point. Again, Charles Haley was on the Niners. He goes to the Cowboys, and they win some Super Bowls. So, yeah, bringing in players.
It works when we send people away.
Garrett,
I'm talking about it doesn't work when we bring them in.
Garrett, caliber-wise, is better than any draft pick you've drafted at edge in the past 5 years.
Maybe he gets hurt in preseason.
So
again, but every player could. He's
And
better than any free agent.
But he's 30
worth
recovering from
double
injury, not
any-
20.
Malik
recovering
Collins
from
is close to 30 as well, and then that is like comparing like Kenny Pickett to LeBron.
Terram's on one
Jackson.
tonight.
You know, as someone that
I've
has
seen
played
5
Myles
Super
Garrett
Bowls. I don't need
twice
any more
a
Super
year
Bowls.
for
I've
I
seen
don't know how many 9
Foul
plus years
language.
now.
What? Where?
Boo, stream labia.
Stream labia can suck it.
I tell you this,
David,
Myles Garrett
are
and
you
Bosa
fond of the actor
dramatically-
by the name of David Suckett?
Because Kenny, I told y'all before this season started. I told you what I thought were the problems with the Niners. I told you how I would attack your offense. I'd identify where Bosa was and just do everything the opposite way, and you win the game. Because no one on that roster has the potential on that opposite side. Garrett on that side, there is no draft pick I can envision. There is no free agent that I can envision, at least not right now. There could be some guys. Josh Sweat could be there, but again, I put Josh Sweat next to Myles Garrett. I'm taking Myles Garrett.
So that means Greenlaw's not here. Hafunga's not here.
No, you're paying Myles Garrett $1 million basically for the next 2
So who's
years.
going to play in those positions?
I mean,
who's going to be the second?
You're going to have the money to sign him. All
Are
of
we
the
gonna
money
bring
on
in-
Myles Garrett's deal right now is prorated, meaning with
We
his
can bring in
signing bonus,
Wagner.
meaning Cleveland owns it. The cap hit basically for y'all taking on Myles Garrett or any team is no more than $5 million for any of the 2 years.
Yep.
So again, it costs you nothing other than the draft picks. And again, if you could maybe somehow
Other than
work
the draft
Debo,
pick. So
all
you're
right.
saying
So
what
if
they're worth.
if they took
That's what the draft
called
picks
you,
are worth.
if you were the Niners, the GMs, and I'm the Browns GM, and I said, you know what, I'll take a first, Debo, and
Nope.
a second next year.
I'm not giving you a
taking
first.
it.
I'm not going to give you any first.
Bro, you're wild.
You can have 9 seconds. You ain't taking any first.
Wild.
So,
Pick swap. All right, pick swap first, Debo, and a
Off to
second.
the Commanders. Off to the Commanders.
now
you go.
hold on. I got one question. Terradome, you coming for
Because
draft
I'm
night
the
this
boss,
Saturday?
so-
Hey, Terradome, you coming for draft night this Saturday, buddy? Because it's a perfect time to have this argument. Like, Kenny will be there, right?
I know. We'll tear it
I'm
over.
always-
Perfect time for these guys to debate is
What are we
during
arguing
when
about?
we're doing the mock draft.
Dude, look
I
at my
mean,
comment, Kenny. Your favorite movie?
Which one? It's just that you guys think something is guaranteed when you sign this guy, and there's nothing guaranteed about it. And I pointed out his sacks last year. Why don't you look at his sacks the year before that, and then we'll talk again?
And again,
Look
he's
at
got
his
the
sacks the year
highest.
before
He's
that.
got the
Nobody
highest
has
double
done that
team.
shit. Nobody
He has
done
the highest double
I did
team pass rush rate in the NFL for every year, and still
Who?
ends up defensive player of the year. Myles Garrett. Basically,
Wow.
he's
It's simple.
basically been a top
Listen,
5 in double
you
team
just ask
edge rush
Siri.
for 5 years
Myles
straight.
Garrett stats 2023 game log. Brrr, 2 seconds.
Now, Kenny, is the Power 32? Is that like Power 32?
Name me another
podcast,
edge rusher on the Browns. Name me another edge rusher on the Browns.
or is it Power 32?
Past 3 years, even.
I don't follow the Browns. Why would I?
That's-
Mr. X. Mr. X.
Fantasy. I don't pick defensive players on fantasy, so I don't know who
My
the
mic's working, right?
Browns is. I know that the Browns have an incredible defensive coordinator.
Hey, chat, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Now, Kenny, is it Power 32 or is it Power 32 podcast?
Streamlab says run them hands.
Podcast.
Wow.
Okay, Pterodome, Kenny will be on Power 32 podcast tomorrow afternoon.
Put them hands up.
So if you want to, continue this, I gotta go to bed, guys. Like,
I mean, again, no crystal ball here. You're just going with what has been done in the past with a player.
Uh-oh.
You're speculating. That's all.
Well, you're always to like your argument. You're doing that no matter what with every single player.
Shots fired, Pterodome.
Yeah, but when a 30-year-old tears something and a 20-year-old tears something, I think it's different. You may not, but my dad's a doctor.
When you're only doing it for 2 years, and
your dad is Dr. Love.
Like Trump.
Again,
if he knows
there's
a
no
doctor,
guy in the NFL that's
smart.
done it as good as and college is a lesser game.
Wow.
That's when you have left.
Wow. I don't know what happened.
too good.
When you say someone doesn't know what they're talking about,
Pterodome, some people have to work, man.
There's no more facts to be
I'll
said.
be at work.
I know, and
Dr. Pepper. So prune juice? Dr. Prune.
Hey, look, I've done this. I've done the comedy act during a debate. I know, I've done this. But
Dr. Prune juice?
It's not a debate. It's just comedy.
That supposedly was the secret ingredient of Dr. Pepper for years.
Because nobody knew. Nobody knew anything about the sacks that he had last year.
It didn't work when I was on opiates when I needed laxatives.
Wow.
Supposedly they took it out in the 70s.
All right, folks. On that note, we gotta get on out of here.
Yes.
Right, you guys always want to end something when it's just getting good, but that's fine.
Right? We just getting started. Like,
I'll be here all night and I won't fall
I
asleep.
gotta go to bed.
Yeah, David's been
I gotta go to bed too, but I have a 4-day weekend, so
I have to wake up early too, but I'm a grown man.
I have a job. Cool like
So
Kenny.
everyone, tune in to Terror Dome in the morning, where or if Kenny's up, they can continue their debate.
No, Kenny's got to work. You'll be at work, right?
I'll do it while I'm working, buddy. I'm not making excuses. You just name the time.
So tune in to Terror Dome in the morning, folks.
Because you won't know what's going on unless
Kenny
I tell you
is in his feels right now about that comment.
And then tune in to Power 32 podcast tomorrow night.
I will be there.
Levi, we're not doing Jackbox this Friday, right?
No, it's
Sandwich.
It's Valentine's Day, definitely not.
Okay.
Dude, my ex. You guess my ex just told me.
Have fun with your lady, buddy.
Do you have a Valentine? I'm like, no, but fuck. I guess I got to go over there Friday. What am I getting myself into?
I don't know if you heard me.
Wrap it, Tommy. Wrap it.
I don't know if you heard me, Levi. Have fun on Valentine's Day.
Because this is going to be my first Valentine's Day being single. I'm
You
so
guys have a
excited
nice
about
night.
it.
I only come with the stats,
Fuck.
not any insults. Just the facts.
Well, I mean, I came with tons of facts, but they didn't get addressed. So if you want to talk like that, Kenny, but like I said, I know Terror Dome's comment got you heated, but
yeah.
No, I'm not. It's just that we were having a debate, and then when I brought up numbers, I got
guys.
personally. I thought it was
I'm trying to end the show. Hey,
Okay.
kind of silly.
well, let's all like
Especially when I started the show by apologizing to Daredome and saying happy birthday to him. But that's cool.
I didn't know it was his birthday.
Happy birthday,
So John J.
Jared.
Hell no, they're not. Nobody's gonna know. Penny's
All
gonna.
right.
guys,
Kenny.
let David fucking talk.
In the words of Korey
So
Davis.
John J, you got anything going on the rest of the week, buddy?
I probably won't be able to do nothing because I'm at my folks' house, so I feel like I'm a high schooler again. So you guys are gonna see me for a while.
Can't be like that, man. Don't be ashamed.
Sucks, but
Life
yeah.
is.
You know what's funny too? What you guys think is heated ain't heated. That's what makes me laugh.
So, but I'll pop in, watch your stuff.
Oh. Pterodome is at work, he said.
Yeah, he does use nights.
Well, I get off at 2 p.m. That's kind of gangster.
I work 24/7, 365.
So hey,
Yep.
tune in Saturday for the NFL mock draft episode 3, the 49ers NFL mock draft episode 3. And it is Valentine's Day weekend, so you might not be there this time, Levi, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be there for this one too, and I'm starting.
Just
So I'm recording Saturday, so.
All right, man.
Good luck on that, man.
So,
Have fun in the studio.
Oh yeah,
all right, guys,
it's always
let's
fun.
get on out of here. Hey, as Corey Davis says, go 49ers and F all 31 other teams. Tune into Terror Dome in the morning where Kenny and him will continue their discussion.
No, I don't do